Hello, everyone. I'm 18 Storm Track meteorologist Austin Haskins. It was a cool and mostly cloudy day for our Monday. We had some scattered showers around. We had a little more of a widespread concentration of light rain earlier in the day. Many locations ended up seeing less than 1/10 of an inch of rain, though a few spots in parts of Clark, Taylor, Jackson, and Tripolo County saw up to about 1/4 of an inch. We had about 1,500ths here in Eau Claire. But today, other than it still being a bit on the hazy side from those Canadian wildfires, that wildfire smoke will remain aloft, so it'll be a little hazy today, but we will be seeing nicer conditions compared to what we've seen the last few days. But rain chances in isolated fashion return for Wednesday and Thursday. But Thursday night into Friday, we are watching the potential for not only widespread rain, but the potential for heavy rainfall as well. So let's jump into future tracking. We are going to see a lot of clouds to start the day, and there may be a sprinkle or two, but I think we're going to stay pretty dry this morning. And then by the afternoon, looking at sunny to mostly sunny skies, it's going to be a really nice afternoon across western Wisconsin. For tonight, we'll have a mostly clear to clear sky. So if you're looking to maybe go out and about for tonight, looking pretty good for that. Tomorrow, we'll start off sunny, clouds increase into the afternoon. Although this run of Future Track is not showing it, other data has suggested a couple of isolated showers, maybe a thunderstorm around in the afternoon. This does at least show some activity into the evening hours on our Wednesday. But the activity for Wednesday night into Thursday during the day will likely remain south of Highway 10, though we could have a little bit of some rain and thunderstorm activity up to Highway 64. I think if you're north of Highway 64, so Amory, Turtle Lake, Osceola, Ladysmith, Rice Lake to just north of Medford, I think the chance for rain is pretty much 20% or less. I think you guys will end up staying pretty dry there, even all the way through the day on Thursday, as we'll keep the clouds around as well. But as we are watching this boundary, which will remain south of the area during the day on Wednesday, will actually start to drift a little bit north into Thursday and Thursday night, which in return is going to push the potential for that widespread rain and the heavier downpours farther to the north into our area. That boundary is looking right now to get up to about Interstate 90, which would put us in the bullseye, if you will, for seeing the multiple waves of rain and maybe some heavier rain mixed in with that. And that's why the rain coverage, I brought it up to about 70 to 80% for Thursday night to Friday. There will be some breaks in the rain, but it's going to be a pretty widespread rain nonetheless. And we may see that rain linger all the way until at least the early parts of Saturday morning. So rainfall forecast, we're looking at totals. It's going to, drop the farther north you go, but many locations are going to see at least 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches of rain. But there could be some spots, especially right now, it's favoring maybe south and west of Eau Claire. We could see totals of up to 2 to 3 inches in those areas. And that is where the Weather Prediction Center actually has a slight risk, this area in yellow, which is a level 2 out of 4. For excessive rainfall, and it's a level 1 risk for everybody else. So we are looking at the potential for heavy rain. I don't think this is going to be a big major issue in terms of flash flooding or anything like that, but certainly the creeks, the rivers, and the streams are going to be likely on the rise a little bit. There may be some ponding of water on roadways as well. So I would suggest if you have, any leaves or garbage or clutter in the drains around, your location on the streets or even in your gutters perhaps, may want to consider cleaning those out today or tomorrow while the weather is still a little bit nicer. And we are watching, at least for a very low-end chance, for the areas here in green for an isolated strong to perhaps severe storm as we get into Thursday afternoon to Thursday night, mostly for hail and gusty winds. I'm not overly concerned about this as of right now. I think the heavier rain is going to be kind of the higher threat, if you will, but we can't totally rule out a strong to severe storm or two, so we'll be watching that pretty closely. But before we get all to that, though, we are going to have that nice day ahead. High stay in the 70s to those lower 80s, low 70s in Medford, because I think that cloud cover is going to hang around just a little bit longer. And then for tonight, we're going to fall back into the upper 50s to lower 60s with that mostly clear to clear sky around. And then tomorrow, we're back into the mid to upper 70s with those increasing clouds. And then we'll have the same thing around even into Thursday as well, with highs mostly in the mid 70s. We're down to the 60s on Friday with the rain and storms, trending a little bit drier Saturday afternoon into Sunday, but then a few more shower and storm chances look to return early next week with highs in the low 80s and upper 70s and turning a bit humid.